Hello, my name is Richard Lowe. I'm the owner of The Writing King, which is a ghostwriting and freelance company. You might be wondering how I got into ghostwriting. Well, it's actually very simple. I was the director of computer operations and technical services at Trader Joe's for 20 years. And I managed a team of 8 people, plus anywhere from half a dozen to 2 dozen consultants at a time. And what we did is we managed the computers in the central office, the corporate office, both the laptops, the desktops, the servers, and so forth, the disaster site, and all these other things. It was very stressful. It was a very stressful position. I'd done it for 20 years. I had a bit of money saved away, and I decided it was time to do something else. Now, I'd always wanted to be a writer. That's something I'd wanted since I was a child. But, you got to earn a living, got married, had a job to do, basically just didn't have time to be a writer, and didn't know how to make the transition. And one day I just decided it's time to move. So I quit Trader Joe's in October of 2013 and moved to Florida. So on November 1st or so, right around there, I was living in Florida and had a big old moving van, and they moved me, and took up a writing career shortly thereafter. I started with a ghostwriting company and did some ghostwriting for them, wrote 3 books, and then decided, I could do better on my own. So I started my own company for ghostwriting and freelance writing and stuff. It's been an interesting adventure. There's a lot of things about freelancing, which is basically what I do, is freelance gigs for companies and people. There's some interesting things that are different about that than there are about working for a corporation or a company. Number one is there's not a paycheck coming in every day, and that produces a different kind of stress. There's not the stress of the CEO coming over my head and looking over my shoulder and saying, "Why is this computer down?" There's the stress of making an income and getting new customers and marketing and promoting myself and getting out there. And these are things that I wasn't used to doing. I was a computer guy. I sat behind computers all day long, computer screens, talked to consultants, worked in the computer room, and I didn't do a lot of interaction with others except at conferences and conventions and things like that, and of course in the company. So this was a big change, especially since I'm slightly on the introverted side. So I decided that I had to make it work. I didn't have a choice anymore, and I learned how to market, and I learned how to market myself. I learned something very important. You market yourself or your company, and then you market your products and services, not the other way around. So you don't put out a bunch of messages saying, "Buy my services, buy my stuff. Hey, I'm a ghostwriter, buy a book." You can't do that. That doesn't work. What you do is you build up some affinity, some understanding with others. You build up a rapport with the groups of people. You reach out a lot. You talk a lot on the phone. You talk a lot on chat and social networking. I'm on all the social networks that I can think of, and you build up this buzz about yourself and your company and your services, and then people start thinking, "Yeah, I might want a book," and they call you and they talk, and then they talk about it, and sometimes they're like, "Oh, that's too expensive for me," or "too much work," or whatever, and sometimes they want to do it. And it's an interesting process. It's a lot different than I would have thought. Competition, of course, is a thing. I'm not on the low end of ghostwriting. I've decided that at the beginning. I'm not the, I'll write a book for $100 kind of ghostwriter. I'm more towards the middle of the price range. And I'll get into that in the future video here. So I have to compete heavily. And this is all a different thing than being in the corporate world for 33 years. In the corporate world, you don't have to do any of that. There is some self-promotion to get a raise, to get a promotion, to move around, and to network yourself, but it's nothing like being a freelancer. And to tell you the truth, I am enjoying it more than I've enjoyed anything in a long time. Yeah, it's stressful, and yeah, it's a lot of work, and yeah, it's different for someone who's slightly introverted to get out there and do this video. That's quite a confront. And go out there and talk to people. I was on the phone with probably 7 people yesterday just talking about their business and how writing can help them, and working with them to figure out if there's some way I can fit into their what they need, or if there's something that I can give them or they can give me, whichever. Networking, we'll get into that in a future video too. Networking is the process of giving in addition to getting, so you have to go in there with an open mind in that area. And it's been an interesting journey. So this series here, this is the first video in my vlog series for ghostwriting and freelance writing. We'll go into that whole journey, from marketing to promotion to writing my own books to ghostwriting to freelancing to the shocks and trials and tribulations to the successes, to how it works, to how I worked with some of my clients, how some of the stuff went. So you're going to learn all of the intimate, nitty-gritty details about it if you continue watching this vlog. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting for me. I'm not used to making videos. It makes me a little bit nervous, but you got to get out of your box, and that's kind of what I'm doing here. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, keep watching and continue with this. I'll get more relaxed as I do more of them, and we'll see how it goes. Thank you very much.